let's slow down. Because you talking loud, but you're not saying a lot.
No, you talking
no,
loud,
you talking loud,
and you still talking around. What did the Caucasian male do to America to bring it down?
I'm not getting into that.
You dancing around it, and that's why I lose respect for you when you start dancing and kissing Caucasian males' ass.
But I don't.
Don't do that in front of me because I'm not an ass kisser of nobody.
Fuck the black people right now.
As y'all just saw, that video, I know it's a few days late, but my brother wanted to comment on it. You understand what I'm saying? It's Three Sites Podcast. We just going, keep this one a little light. He said those is fighting words, and I agree.
Absolutely. So what I want to discuss, right? I want to discuss a lot of people are basically saying that Anton took it too far, right? And
I agree. I think he took it too far.
And I'm under the personal belief that fighting words are fighting words, right?
Those are fighting words.
So I feel from what I saw in this situation, I've got a lot of feelings about it, and I definitely want to hear all your insight about it, right? The first thing I feel like is I do feel like there's a certain connotation with real alpha aggressive men such as yourself, because I feel like I'm more of a laid-back, neutral male who I'll knuckle up if I have to. But I feel like with real alpha men such as yourself, that when a guy says, here's my Bozak.
Suck the Bozak.
Yeah,
those fighting words, man.
Yeah.
We got to get it in.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened after the scene, but we would have got that in, homie. There's no way you going, or that would have been an excessive amount of apologies. Like, yo, my bad. It's one thing to argue, and go back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Ass kisser is not a trigger word for me. Somebody calls you a bootlicker,
but that's what I mean.
Or a coon,
right?
That's not fighting word. But when you tell a man to suck your Bozak, hey, bro, all bets is off. You talk about somebody's mother, all bets off.
But
homie.
see, so that's what I mean. Like, I feel like different people have different lines. So I feel like, depending on the conversation that we have, you call me, you say that I kiss butt.
That's not a word to fight.
But here's the deal, though. You can't determine what I take as disrespect.
This is a universal law here.
It's not a universal
Every
law.
man know if you tell another man that's off with your head, man.
Bro, listen, there have been times where I have been invited and I have just given the invitation back and gone on about my business.
Okay, well then that's, but you gotta understand, when you say that to another man, you gotta be prepared to get your teeth knocked out.
But why?
That is the ultimate disrespect that you could say to a man that don't play those games. That Anton was that's what you do when you lose a conversation in battle.
Yeah.
He was losing, he felt like, or he felt like his point was he was getting overshadowed, maybe over bullied, and it was a good conversation that they was having.
Yeah.
It was actually a good, I enjoyed the back and forth of, because some people feel like he does do too much and condemn the black community. Others think he's fair, but I understand where Corey was coming from.
But here's the deal, right? And this is not offense to you or any other black man who agrees with your sentiment, right? But I teach my students particularly that a weak man allows another man's words to affect him, to affect his mood, and to bait him into situations that he might not want to go into. And the idea behind that is that in order for, especially people of our complexion, in order to rise, there are certain words that these people are going to say to us because they know it's going to trigger a reaction. And we have to have the wherewithal within us and the discipline within us to say, I know what you're trying to do. I see what you're trying to do. I'm not going to let you take that.
So you're saying that there shouldn't be no trigger words. No man should get triggered, and no one should say, you know what? Enough is enough. I ain't going for that. I'm the nicest person in the world, but you crossed the line. And there's nothing wrong to have a fight, man. I ain't talking about pulling out no guns.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a good old fist fight.
I think
you understand what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong. I ain't trying to see somebody get hurt, but there's certain things you gotta, right before someone take your head off, what do they always ask you? What did you just say? It's the word is powerful. Yeah. They always say, bro, what you just say to me? Yeah. And you heard what I said. and then all hell break loose.
Yeah, but
watch your words is powerful, man.
But I do like what Dave Chappelle said. If I come into a Popeyes and they call me an N-word, I'm gonna be like, what's up with all this chit chat? Where's my chicken at? Chop chop. Like I feel like yes, there's a part in my heart where I know that there are certain things that you're gonna say to me, and the bad part about it is I have the sentence.
Is there anything with fighting words with you?
Listen, I'm not gonna lie.
Because to me,
look, I'm not gonna lie.
Bozak on TV, and he got in his face and said, "I dare you to say it again." He didn't say it, and I respect that. I respect it about Anton.
There's a certain phrase, like let's say me and you have a conversation, right, and it gets heated, right? There's gonna be a phrase in my mind that I'm gonna put in my mind that unfortunately, if this man says these words, I'm gonna decapitate him, right? And
I know these words. So why would I say it and not expect anything different? Anton, you thought anything different? You can't say that to no another man.
And then now here's the part that I don't like, right? I do feel like Anton won because of the fact that
there's no winning here.
Hold on.
There's no win here, man.
I feel like he won the debate because
it's not even not winning the debate.
Because these men always talk about how men are masculine and they're not supposed to be in their feelings.
I think Corey won the debate. You know why?
I don't think so.
He backed Anton into a corner.
I don't think so.
Had him backed in the corner.
I don't think so.
And then he came out. The only thing he know how is suck my Bozak. You suck Bozak.
No,
he knew that was going to change the conversation because Corey was calling him out on his stance of anti-black. He always condemning black situation, black folks, but he never condemned the other side. He is one way to me a little bit.
I disagree.
Okay?
I disagree.
I think he's a lot of one way, but I'm not saying.
I feel like Anton paints the picture that he is a conservative black man when he is just a black man who happens to.
I don't know what he is. I'm going by what he portrays.
He presents himself as super Christianity, but
he be talking slick, man.
You be talking slick.
He be talking slick and reckless sometimes. And Corey called him out. He said, you one-sided, and I don't see this. Yeah. And he also talked about the political system, how his votes seem like it doesn't matter because of electoral votes.
Hold on.
Right?
Wait. Now, Corey was dead wrong about that.
What you mean?
The most effective.
A lot of people feel that way. That's what he feel.
No, because a lot of people don't understand that the most important election that you can actually do is your local election.
True.
That's where you elect the sheriff. That's where you elect the mayor. That's where you elect everybody that actually affects you personally.
Because you live in the town.
Exactly. Right. So if you affect that election,
but what about the presidential election with the Yeah, because.
But here's the deal.
They win the popular vote. But I always thought if it's 100 people that vote and I get 95 votes and you get 5, how you beat me? Because electoral? I don't understand that electoral.
So here's the deal, right? If we elected all of our local officials, we would basically control the electoral colleges.
So local elections are very important. And a lot of people don't vote those elections.
Now, here's where I feel Anton was on some sucker-ish. Going around talking about, I would have whooped Corey, I would have whooped Corey, I would have
now he's going that.
Now he's talking about,
it, man.
Corey's fat.
Stop it.
And I would have whooped Corey and this, that, and the other. Let me tell you something.
I didn't see it in him.
Let me tell you something. My son, he goes to college right now. He's got a strength and conditioning coach. And the strength and conditioning coach popped up on us while we were out to eat and was like, hey, your son is great. He really tries hard. And I looked at the size of this strength and conditioning coach. This dude was about 5'10", maybe 280 pounds. He looked solid, but he looked round. And then my son showed me a video of the strength and conditioning coach picking up 700 pounds like it was nothing. Anton, you can say what you want. You don't know what Corey got in his heart.
And don't get on there and talk about what you would have did.
But I call that wolf tickets, bro.
If you was really about it,
You'd have popped.
You would have popped off right there when he said, "Say it again."
You would have said.
You would have said it
You would have
again.
said it again.
So I ain't whatever. But
also,
I liked the conversation that it was going.
I did.
It was like, yo, I'm gonna call you out. I see you could do this. You defend yourself, and I think that Anton, you took it below the belt.
Yeah.
You hit below the belt.
He did.
And now you're talking about what you would have won. You would have did what you would have did to him. Stop it. I saw it in Corey's eyes. That man was about to light and stand on respect and stand on business. So
cause he said, he was like, yo, you should have seen it. His hands were shaking. I don't know how many people you hit, dog. But every time that I've been about to hit somebody, that hand was shaking because that was energy. Oh, this was. I'm glad. Was the beatdown.
I'm glad that Anton didn't say it.
Yeah.
Right. I'm glad he didn't say it, man. Because I'm glad it got to the point where y'all didn't throw no balls. Because it'd have been another L for the. Yo, listen, man. Listen here. All right. Right now, what's going on?
Yeah.
There's no more record labels.
Nah.
Right. Ain't no money in that. They done took the streaming. You getting less than and pennies.
Absolutely.
Right.
On the dollar.
They own the YouTube platforms. They own the Spotify.
Yeah.
We don't have no black ownership. Oh no, I mean we don't have no platforms.
We don't have enough
that we own. I don't see no entertaining black platforms that are. I don't see web services.
I love Uncle Roro.
No, that's another series. See, we're doing these podcasts on YouTube. YouTube is benefiting.
Yeah,
they're getting all the money. They put the algorithms where they want to put it at.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that, you know, we're on here doing this content, but I want to get to the technology side. I want to build my own platform.
Yeah.
I want to build my own apps and websites and social media platforms. Yeah. Right? You know, I want to. We need to do that. We need to go into the owner box on everything.
Okay.
Everything. Let's look at the owner box. Let's make our apps. Let's make our platforms. Let's make it. I want to see more of us in the ownership box.
But in order for us
Stop
to
the fighting,
but
man.
before we can get into the ownership box, we've got to understand that people are going to say things to us even in these meetings. They may not say it as inviting you to your Bozak or you kiss somebody's behind, but they will say these words technically and legally.
And you can't pop off.
And you need to be a man enough to say, you will not control my emotions with your words.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
If a Caucasian call you a big black N-word, is those fighting words? You N-word, you this, you that, or do you fight those fighting words?
Nah, man.
Those are not fighting words.
That's,
so you shouldn't show.
That's hate speech, and I can call the cops and have that arrested.
Yeah, I'm saying, man, like, you know.
That's why we got cameras nowadays, bro. Nothing can be hidden. If you want to be a racist, that's
I don't
fantastic.
know, man. You cannot call somebody that name out like that and be disrespectful, man. I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
Don't take calculation.
I shoot these, man.
Don't take
I'm
calculation.
with a fair one, man. All day long with the fair,
Don't
man.
take calculation for tolerance. Just understand that at certain points we have to adopt a new playbook. And I found that when something goes wrong, instead of doing what I used to do, which was trying to have a conversation with the people and it being flipped on me, it's better to be like, I'm telling. Facts. It's better to be, listen, if you are a minority
I'm not into telling, man.
Listen,
I ain't into telling nothing.
You are
I
a
handle my
minority
business.
in the professional world. And somebody's playing with you, don't give them the benefit of the doubt, friend.
Yeah, because they want you to act like they're going to want you to fold.
It's not even about that. It's because we feel like the way we were raised that we give people the benefit of the doubt, because a lot of times it's not that people are doing it on purpose. It's just they're ignorant to the fact. In these situations, that's not what's going on, right? So when those things arise, I'm telling and you're telling. Because if the situation was flipped, before you realize what was going on, you in a meeting about something that
if you at
that
work
could have been a conversation.
If you at work in a professional setting
Always.
and they call you something and there's trigger words and there's something going on,
I'm telling.
Then no, I ain't telling nothing. I don't mess with you. I stay away from you, and that's it. right? You got to know how to read.
No.
But if we talking and we interviewing me and this and that, and you do that and call me like that on camera, right? We're gonna have to handle that, man.
No,
you're gonna have to give me an apology, or it's gonna lead to something, because I'm not talking about no guns either. I'm talking about a good old fist fight, man. If you tell another man to suck your Bozak, right? And we use that word so we don't have to use the explicit word. That's fighting words, man.
But how many times?
That's fighting words,
listen, man. Right? You say that, right? You get into your Floyd Mayweather, your sugar.
Win, lose, or draw. Listen, we got to get that off our chest.
Look, you hit my man, and you get him good, and he falls.
Okay.
And he hits his head on the corner of the table.
I'm hit.
Oh,
you was terrible.
You
I'm
hit.
Hit.
You Javante Gazelle hook my man from across the room, and he hits his head on the pavement. Just that way.
If he no, I'm not gonna sneak you, man.
No.
I'm gonna give you a chance to fight back and shoot the one. That's a fair one. I'm not gonna sneak nobody.
No, I said Javante Davis Gazelle hook. He never snuck anybody with that Gazelle hook. They just didn't see.
I had one of my friends, Patterson, Jersey.
Yeah.
Right. He had same situation. Fought somebody, hit him. The guy hit his head and died.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, bro.
And I think he did like 5 to 7, something like somewhere around there.
Because it was mutual combat. It was probably
mutual combat, but that was a terrible situation.
But you're doing 5 to 7 years in prison because words.
You're stuck up for words.
Because of words.
Yeah, I guess so. You could go his route. I mean, I guess sit here. I don't promote violence.
Not at all.
I'm just saying, when you tell somebody that, you got to expect that it's going to get physical.
Yeah.
Watch what you say to people.
Absolutely.
And because everybody's not going to be.
You can't control somebody's reaction.
Everybody's not going to be
your
as
disrespect.
Right. Don't be disrespectful. Everybody is not going to have a cool head and cool hand. There's going to be some ignorance that might take over.
Oh no! If you catch me on the wrong day,
I'm going to be like, oh my God, is that quarter zip?
Exactly. But the point is to try to be cognizant of your emotions, to try to understand that that 30 seconds, like every dude that I listen to who's ever been in jail always says the same thing. Wrong. If I could have just changed my mind in those 30 seconds.
I'm not saying, bro, to shoot and hurt nobody. I'm saying with that situation that we just saw, that is a good old 101, get it off my chest, and that's it.
But they're in the studio audience. If somebody hits their head right on that desk,
man,
it's death.
listen, man.
It's
See,
death, bro.
I'm not into, again, I don't want to see no violence between us at all.
Yeah.
But that was a very, very disrespectful.
I believe so.
So my point of view is watch what you say to people.
Yeah.
And because every action has a reaction.
Yes.
Every word has a
consequence.
It's a consequences to your words. So, I'm on my, love, peace, and soul.
Yeah.
But that next man might not be on that. You triggered him.
I think that as grown men, we have to realize that in all conversations, the threat of violence is present.
I watch what I say.
We have to.
I watch what I say.
We have to treat each other with respect, even during tough times, because at the end of the day, there is a sentence in every man's mind that if you say
he only gonna take for so much,
justifies him popping off.
He only gonna take for so much.
Yeah,
you might talk about that man's mother, and she might have been passed away for years, and he hurting, and you said something about his mama. Tell your mama to do this to me, and he gonna go off with your head, man. And I wouldn't blame him, man.
The insight on this is never talk about Smooth's mama.
Nah.
3 Sites Podcast.
Watch what you say to people, and watch what you say to people.
And we out.